So I've been trying to put my brain in rest mode, but I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of downloads today. This one seems a little bit more serious. I did a message. I want to say it's titled Facebook Live Undesirables or something like that, where it talked about people who run on a certain frequency. Eventually, that frequency will cease to exist. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like the planet, and all of a sudden there's a jolt, like a shock, and it hits the entire planet. I don't know if this shock comes from the Schumann resonance, if it comes from a meteor, but it has to be an as above, so below type of an effect. So if it does indeed come from the Schumann resonance, I don't know if this would be something that supersedes the realm of things that we cannot see. This may be something that could look like a nuclear war. This could be, I don't know, like a meteor striking the planet. Whatever it is, there's going to be a frequency that hits almost the entire world. Or it could be, it may be just the United States. It's not giving me an exact location because I'm seeing the entire world. Like if there was a globe and there was a shockwave sent from the center of the earth, and it affects every living being on this planet. And people that are vibrating at a certain frequency, this will almost be like a death ray for some of those people. The way that I'm seeing it and the way that it was kind of shown to me is if masculine energy creates a force field that looks like this, and feminine energy creates a force field that looks like this. Anyone who hasn't kind of like balanced themselves to be on a higher level of consciousness to kind of master both of those, to gain a certain level of like emotional intelligence, to reach, I guess, to be as close to God consciousness as possible, a lot of those people will not survive in the whatever this is that's coming, the next coming season or whatnot. Because that's funny. I was gonna say brute force is losing its power. I explained it earlier, like if I know that you're coming to attack me, if I have this knowledge before you get to me, by the time you make it to the location that you last knew I was at, you could do whatever you want, but I'm already gone because I was 10 steps ahead of you. Information, we are coming into an age of information. Information will rule over brute force. So anybody who is like walking around with their chest out trying to show a certain level of just bullying in general, just being just one of those people that just being a negative force on this planet. A lot of I don't know what the exact canon event is going to be. I was not privy to that information, but there will be a canon event of some sort. And a lot of people that exist below a certain frequency will not survive. I don't want to fearmonger anybody, but this is a really, really good time to balance out your feminine and your masculine energy. So if you're a man and you have tried to beat every ounce of emotions out of yourself and everybody around you, you one of them dudes that's walking around calling everybody simps and you red pill and fuck them bitches, and you will not survive. Same for women. If you don't know the value of true divine masculine energy, and being a woman myself, it has been a struggle. Yes. It has been a struggle, but in order to appreciate that masculine energy, you have to embrace it within yourself. Men, same for you. You have to embrace the feminine energy within yourself as well as outside of you. So this looks like treating your fellow man and woman, that's funny, fellow man and woman, better. You have to be a productive member of society, and this is not monetary. Right now, for some reason, I'm seeing things like moving away from like a monetary system. And this is not a message from tarot at all. This is a message straight from source. That's funny. Brute force. Brute force with the 5 of wands. I do got my deck here. But intelligence, once we move into the age of intelligence, when more people like me come about that can see things before they happen, it is more valuable than having physical strength at this point. I hear the rise of the magi. What else am I seeing? Just right now, being a productive member to society, being a productive member to the world itself. This would mean learning to grow gardens, learning to essentially, right now, we live in a society that has rendered us handicapped. A lot of us have been rendered handicapped because when we want fruits and vegetables and meat and things like that, we no longer have to hunt for those things. We can go to our local grocery store and pick them up. So if we were faced with ever having to live off the land, many of us won't survive. Many of us will not survive. And the ones that will survive are the ones that will carry the information, the ones that can tell you what happens next. So if you don't have a satellite radio or a satellite phone and you still need to be able to tap into what is coming for you, you will need a person that has a connection to that realm. That's funny. I hear you ain't never had a friend like me. So get you a friend like me. Um just make sure don't befriend people specifically based off the fact that they have these abilities. Don't do that because they will sense if you're being ingenuous with them, and they will cut you off because in order for these types of gifts to work, you have to be at a certain level of peace. And anything that interrupts with that flow of peace can essentially interrupt with your gift. And within the coming ages, you know how like when the power, things like that used to go out and everybody used to tune into the radio, the AM radio, and trying to get news, those will be people now. Those will be people. They will be your source to the world. So make sure you have a trusted advisor that you can get to easily, readily. If you cannot get to a trusted advisor, become your own trusted advisor, which would look like whenever I do readings for people, I always, hey, get your own tarot deck. I don't do what I do based upon monetary gain. I started my YouTube channel back in August because I heard loud and clear that I need to stop using my gift like a fucking party trick. And I've made almost 200 videos since then. I probably made more than that. I just haven't posted all of them. Being able to read tarot does not automatically make you a psychic. No, it does not. It does not. But it could be a stepping stone to like get a tarot deck. That will be your new radio station. That will be your way to tap into the world around you. I'm not forcing anybody to do it. They have amazing learners decks that you can get on whatever website you want to get them on. But there's a lot going on that most people, if you are not tapped in, that you will not see, that you won't have privy to certain information because you can only see what they show you in the 3D. And if they showed you a lot of the things that go on the other side, it would be pandemonium and melee. Again, I'm not sure what the actual canon event on this side of the realm looks like. Like, I can usually sense or see things that are going to happen, but it doesn't give it to me in exact detail. So this could be different events throughout the world. This could be one event. This could be, just know, I hear we're on the precipice of something great. We're on the precipice of something great. And I've been having a lot of visions of, I guess it would be more like a more utopian society. And within these utopian societies, there's a mixture of nature and technology, kind of like AI and humans living coexistence, whatever the word is, coexistential. And only people of like the higher vibrations will be invited into these communities. You know what? It's kind of showing it to me like on that TV show, The 100. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do not watch a lot of TV, but I watched all like 27 seasons of that. I don't know how many seasons it is, but I watched all of them. And The 100 was, it was these people, they lived in like a spaceship. They were humans, and the Earth had been nuclear bombed like 100 years before. And all of the spaceships that they were living on were starting to run out of whatever the fuel was that kept them going. So they sent down a group, like all the kids that were like in pretty much their juvie. They sent those kids back down to Earth to test out the new society, to rebuild the new society, to make sure that it was safe for everyone still on the ship to come down. Something like that may be interesting. Something like that may be coming to fruition, where they'll have people of a high vibration build like new cities and populate these new cities to make it safe for other inhabitants or something like that. I keep hearing that word coexistual, maybe. So in the new season, there'll be lots of room for herbalists. There'll be lots of room for magi, psychics, people who just vibrate at a certain frequency that can give back to, I hear, the living earth. The living earth. So this is like being beneficial to the world around you. This is not just being like, oh, I made a lot of money this year. This is like actually being able to, I hear, being one of the founding, it's like being one of the founding fathers or founding members of the new society. Like I'm seeing like all of these people. It's like a big circle. They're all kind of like standing around in like this big circle. But it's people from like all different walks of life. So this will be, if there's been a lot of people asking when they'll meet their spirit family or like the family of people who are more so like them, it's almost like saying that they'll be united soon. You're going to meet people who have known you forever and ever and ever, or at least it will feel that way. That will be your, this all sounds so weird. I know I've been trying to like keep my mind just clear. I'm starting to feel like we don't talk about Bruno right now because almost everything that I say, everything that I see, everything that I hear, they all come into fruition, whether it be good or bad. And it's really scary. It's really, really scary. Well, I don't want to say scary, but it is very eye-opening to know that there is something much more real than things. There's something more real outside of yourself or even within yourself at this point. Um, I channel through a lot of music. And I remember I did a reading on December 30th, and it is titled, I Hope You Get the Chance to Live Like You Were Dying. And I remember I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I heard that song. I'm seeing that movie, Where the Heart Is, where every time that girl saw the number 5, something bad was going to happen. And it was like, I heard that song when I'm around this person. And I freaked out. Because I'm like, holy Nikes, something is going to happen to you. And I kept saying it, something is going to happen. Something is going to happen to you. It's like I wanted to wrap this person up in bubble wrap. I did. I really did. And lo and behold, less than a month after I did that reading, my friend is no longer here. For the people who don't believe in things outside of themselves, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry. If you are one of those people who look at people who interpret messages through tarot, if you look at us as being demonic, or I can't speak for everybody. I know that I'm not. I am so peaceful. I am so peaceful because I thrive in peace. I thrive in peace. I don't mess with nobody, and I don't want nobody messing with me neither. But knowing how to interpret messages from tarot is a great way to build, I'm hearing, your brain's vocabulary. Because tarot, imagine this information stream that comes in. You're trying to gather as much information as you can. So one by one, you're grabbing, out of this flowing stream of information, you're grabbing card and card and card and card and card. And now you got all of this information right here. And it's like, okay, I grabbed as much as I could. What is happening? What is about to happen? That is pretty much what tarot would be. Grabbing information from source in the form of either paper or whatever it is. There sometimes has to be a medium, because not every single psychic interprets or receives messages in the exact same way. Like, I know an amazing, amazing woman. She can look at people and tell that she can look at you and see the inside of your house. She can tell you if you're going to have a heart issue or a gallbladder problem, something like that. Everybody's gifts are different. And it can be especially hard if you're a person that's been, I would say, relatively normal your whole life. Like, a lot of people especially people that I speak to, they're like, I always thought, man, that I was gifted. And they ask me questions about how I found out that I was psychic, or how did it happen, or what did you do, and what did you think? And yes, there's a lot more y'all that are more gifted than you will ever believe, than you will ever know. I promise you that you are. And even for me, processing this information when you see it and when it comes into the 3D, it is still earth shattering. It is still, and it's so crazy because I still carry, I'm not guilty, but there's a certain level of guilt that I feel because I saw something happening to my friend before it happened. And I tried in almost every language that I know. Every language that I know. I tried screaming and yelling. I tried crying. I tried everything that I could to let this person know, hey, I need you to wake up real quick. I need you to wake up. They never woke up. They never woke up. So thus far, I've predicted other events. Like I saw, again, You Are the New Hollywood is another reading that I did where I predicted, or I saw Hollywood becoming barren land. And pretty much most of LA and Hollywood is barren land at this point. That is not a coincidence. So the gravity of the messages, when they hit you in the 3D, and it is like a major, major event, it causes a really strong level of cognitive dissonance. Because even though, yes, I'm aware of the gift, but to see these things play out, it's still, it can fuck with your brain. It can really mess with you. And to know that all the things that you're experiencing, all the things that you're seeing, you're hearing, some of them are so, so bad. Some of them are horrible. To know that things like that walk this earth amongst you is scary. I don't remember which reading it was that I did, but I found myself looking into a room. It was a very dark lit room, no candles going, like it was dark. I saw people in robes and I saw somebody holding the heart of a child and they were squeezing it and they let the blood run down their arm. I remember it so vividly. In that reading, I dry heaved before I could end the message. I had to end the message because it made me sick to my stomach. There's so much in this world that if you are not open-minded to receiving that information, the cognitive dissonance for you will be even more astronomical. So within the past few years, I've only recently come into the understanding of how powerful my gift is. Because a lot of times, like a lot of people around me knew that I was much more psychic than I was before I knew. Because a lot of those people, they don't like to validate you. They don't ever say, hey, that one thing that you said was going to happen, it's happening. No, no, no. They don't want you to be right. They will not give you the satisfaction of saying, hey, you were right. That comes from a certain type of person. That comes from, I don't know. I don't know if it's envy or jealousy. I don't understand those traits because I'm not envious or jealous of anybody. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to be amazing. I want everybody to be great because there's room for it all. Me being great doesn't take away from you being great. We can both coexist. You know, we can both walk this planet. But if you're feeling the need for control and dominance and things like that, you won't make it in this new age. You will not make it. That is being phased out. So hate and whole behavior, no more. Everybody wins in the next season. Everybody eats. I'm seeing paid in full. Everybody eat, B. Raise your awareness even to the things that you don't understand, because that understanding is going to lessen the impact of whatever it is that you might see in this next season. If there's an alien invasion, hey, which very well could be, which very well could be. I'm actually seeing like those same communities of people. Oh, that circle. Oh, I'm seeing that same circle of those people that were standing. They're learning telekinesis. Interesting. So I'm guessing that's how they built the pyramids. It was assisted by like aliens. That very well could happen, I guess. If aliens were to come back, they're going to assist in rebuilding with the new whatever, the new communities that will inhabit the earth. Right now, I don't want to forget this part because there's so much information to take in. I was explaining it as the people who have become undesirables. Those people who live in the undesirables, imagine, you live in a neighborhood and you reign dominion in that one neighborhood, and your neighborhood gets wiped out, and you don't know the languages of the other neighborhoods outside of yours. You don't know the cultures. You don't know anything outside of where you reign dominion. And every other colony that you go to, they're smarter than you. They know more than you do. They are more powerful than you mentally, physically. And they're those people. Oh, it's like they'll become like peasants. Oh, I'm seeing those people kind of like how people treat like immigrants and things like that now, where it's like because it's like a totem pole, like a totem. They'll be like workhorses or something like that if they don't die. Interesting. In that case, it's kind of like those people literally just become undesirables because they really wouldn't be able to add much to the new society because they vibrate so low. So it's kind of like when you come to these new areas, it's like, hey, can you do telepathy? Can you do telekinesis? What's your special ability? And they're like, I'm a man, I'm brute force type shit. No. Mm-mm. No more. Nope, that won't work. That will not work in this next season. I'm telling you now. Um, Again, I don't know exactly what this event is going to be, but there is going to be an event. If you know any other readers who are more advanced in seeing beyond that veil, like a lot of messages, even when I do see them from other readers, certain messages you can't see behind that curtain. Lots of us cannot see behind that curtain because even with us, there will still be a certain level of cognitive dissonance that will hit us because it will be too much information for our brains to bear at the end of the day. And at the beginning of the day, I'm still human. Do I have a little bit more abilities than most? Sure. Does that make life any easier? No, not at all. No. Mm-mm. Because some days, some days I could literally sit here and trying to process a thought, trying to fill out paperwork, trying to be socially interactive is almost non-existent for me. I can't even go to places like Walmart anymore. Nope. Can't go to large crowds of people. There's so many things now in this world that I am limited at doing because I have to protect myself. It's almost like protecting myself from being contaminated. And I'm not better than anybody. I'm not better than anybody. I would never say that. But I know it's certain things that I cannot even physically allow myself to get into because I know how it will affect me. Like when I meet people and they lie to my face, that again causes a disconnect because now it's like now my brain is spinning in circles and it's going haywire and my stomach is starting to hurt because you're lying to me. It's like, why are you lying? It's like, I can feel you, right? So when what people are presenting to you in the 3D, what comes out of their mouths and the things that they're presenting to you doesn't match the frequency that is being emitted from their bodies. Yes, cognitive dissonance. So even as, I guess, a more normal person, if you're around someone and you immediately start feeling uncomfortable, you get confused, you get lethargic, whatever these words are. I don't even know what lethargic means, but I heard it though. Something, I hear the milk's gone bad. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. And be hyper aware of your surroundings. Just be aware. When Don't be scared to cut things off at the first sign, at the first red flag, because some people are so well versed in manipulation and just all around just fuck behavior. They take it everywhere that they go. They can't hide it. They cannot hide it. They try, and it usually doesn't work out for people around them in the end because those are usually the people that carry insecurities, jealousy. Um, those are usually the people that will have no problem betraying you. Because why do you feel the need to present yourself as something or someone that you're not in order to move around in this world? Like, I guess for me, it's a blessing and a curse because I am very honest. Oh, I am almost honest to a fault. If you're around me, you're going to know exactly how I feel about you. There is no question. There will be no question. There's no ambiguity. Either I love you to death and I'll give you the shirt off my back, or I've attended your funeral 20 actually I ain't even going to attend your funeral. This go this will be this would be like one of those characters in like a TV show and they just stop appearing. Like no questions, no, they don't even have a funeral. They just kind of get phased out. You never see them again. Kind of like oh, like the girl on Family Matters, Myra. I know she died in real life, but I don't know if that's why she left the show. But I don't remember her leaving the show. I don't remember that part. Somebody tell me what happened if when she left the show. Like some people just stop appearing. Your role gets written out. You no longer, that was last season. We on the new season now. Thank you for your services. Wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Um Again, I hope that this information helps somebody. It is never easy to be the one that is getting this information. Again, I live in this realm just like y'all do. And when you exist almost in two different places, when you can see things and when you can see the spiritual realm and you live in the 3D realm, finding balance within those two things can be very, very hard, especially at times like right now, because times like right now, that world is very active. This world is very active too, but you need to be ahead of the game. So it's like you're having to tap into one and bring those messages back to the other. And for people who don't understand the other, all they rely on strictly and solely the 3D understanding of things. Makes it very, very hard. Makes it very difficult to get through to those people at times. And I'm not here to change anybody's beliefs on anything. I'm not here to tell y'all to go read the Bible. That is up to you. I'm not here to tell you to do anything. I'm just here to pass the messages. Again, I realize I no longer even introduce myself in these messages. The messages are more important than the body that it's coming through. Please understand that. And I had somebody tell me that you don't act like a reader. You don't look like a reader. What do they look like? What do they look like? Can you tell me? Like, should I have a crystal ball or something? Should I have like a East European accent? And what do they look like? You never know the people that you walk amongst every single day. Some of those people could be angels. Some of those people could be devils. But your knowledge and awareness on those things is going to be the very thing that can save your life. Anywho, I don't want to get repetitive or anything. Hopefully that message came through clearly. And I'll talk to y'all later.